Well, Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Room here to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
44. 44. There you go. 52 is the mark. Heavy. Check three.
Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
Mixon with a first down carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Hey, alert 3. Here you go, can.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard. but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And this is caught at the 8. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
50 seconds, come on. 50 seconds.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that'll be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. From the gun, it's Rosen. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Give him 28 yards on that one. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's Dalton. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Dalton gives to Bernard. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Mixon will try the right side. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And an alley to run. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. They're no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
On 2nd down, Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Lee!
52 right here. 52. And let's skip this. Check 26. Check 26. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. No.
2-2. Move!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Regular.
Hey, Mark 52. Hey, pick it up. Defense.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They give him a gain of 37.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. An update now, a bit of a surprise going on at FedEx Field in Washington. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Watch the safety creep. Heavy, 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 heavy.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
368.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Alert, alert.
Now Balaj. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will give him a 12-point lead. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Around the NFL, we've got... Got a second quarter score, and the Steelers there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw again. Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dalton, he's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler, Byron Jones. Touchdown, Miami. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 19-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 35 on second down, Rosen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch QB drop.
On play action, Rosen. Dancing to his left, and that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now a hit and a loose football.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Passing, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. How about that being his 13th interception of the season, tied for number 2 all-time?
And when someone's having a season that fantastic, wouldn't you think you'd have a scouting report that says, don't throw in his area?
I don't think he's cared about the scouting reports all year.
Yeah, he's found a way to find the football. He's become a true ball magnet.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the curve.
They run it with Balaj. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Check 9. Slam. Quarter. Hey, alert. Check 9.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. 3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I got you.
Now Rosen. It's Williams on the catch. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a throw to the end end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second and goal, Rosen, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Nobody leaked. Big play. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. On second down, Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 27.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Watch the screen. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check three, check three. Watch twist. Watch twist.
On third down, Bernard. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, able to avoid him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. They'll run here with Balaj. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
To throw is Rosen. this here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, able to record his 5th sack of the season. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Fight it.
And Dalton to throw. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
That QB's trash. Let's go. 52's the line.
Andy Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him, and they haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go!
Watch 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Squish, double. Little Mike 52. Mike 52.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
They go 368.
Check that.
Dalton here from the gun. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Mike 5-4. Here we go, Steve. Here I come.
Balaj. He's going to have the first down past the 20. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Rosen. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Rosen looking to throw. Flushed out right. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture, as now they've got a 1st and 10.
Alert!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Second and 5 now. Rosen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Rosen.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10, and down to the 7-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback. And
I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there for the Bengals. 68 yards on the ground. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Hands up. Ladies.
Check, 50. Switch up, switch up.
Protein spill.
Switch. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Hands up.
They'll give it to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Today's final score, Dolphins 45, Bengals 15.